Let's bring in Babar Baloch, who is the spokesperson for the United Nations High Committee for Refugees. He joins me now live from Geneva. Great to have you here with us on TRT World. Now, despite the United Nations publishing all these stats about refugees across the world, despite efforts to protect refugees, despite resolutions to protect the rights of refugees, it seems to me the situation of refugees across the world has only worsened in the past few years. Take Bangladesh, for example. The Rohingya refugee crisis began in 2017. And I remember every year it's only getting worse. So what exactly is the international community doing wrong here?
Indeed. I mean, that's also a reminder that once a conflict starts, once people become refugees, there's no resolution to their plight. Remember, an individual does not become a refugee by choice. I mean, people are forced by circumstances, and when we say circumstances, it means wars, it means conflict, and it means persecution. It means that you have to run away, leave your home and country to save your life. And this is what UNHCR, my agency, the UN Refugee Agency, has been asking those who have influence on all sides in conflicts to let's work on resolving and bringing peace in the locations of origins of refugees, because the refugee, what they want, and as we have seen, as we have in the situation of Myanmar, where have they gone? They're gone to Bangladesh, majority of to the neighboring countries and everywhere else as well. People want to stay close to home in a hope that they can go back to their places as soon as possible. Unfortunately, that's not happening for many people, but what is happening is the generosity that the neighbors, the local communities, in terms of sharing resources, sharing land, sharing homes in many situations. So that's the brighter side. But today, as we have been mentioning, World Refugee Day is a day to honor the resilience and the courage of millions of people around the world who have been forced out of their homes and countries.
Babar, we're running out of time, but I just want to ask you a very quick question. As the UNHCR, what is your message to the international community?
The message is clear. The message is please find solution to the conflicts and wars around the world. Please work more on peace brokering rather than, once the conflict starts, then how much we try as a humanitarian community, we try to help humanity and those who are affected. But unless and until there is peace in those locations, people are unable to return home. Sadly, what we have seen in the previous years, once a conflict starts, and in many situations, it just drags on and on and on. Like you mentioned, the situation in Myanmar, Afghanistan has been there for too long. And then if we currently see South Sudan, where since last year millions have been displaced, we have Ukraine, we have Syria, other locations. So unless and until the world comes together to bring peace to those situations, sadly, there'll be more people who will be displaced.
Mr. Babar Baloch, thanks very much for talking to us here on TRT World. I really appreciate your taking out the time.